Sephora Joseph was unalived because of racism in the Dominican Republic. There are stories that make you sad, and then there's stories like this. According to Elvis Duran from Luna TV, she was bullied for years by her racist classmates, and then one day 3 boys kept sinking her into the pool until she no longer could swim to the top. Now, apparently this is a wealthier school in the Dominican Republic, so they have cameras everywhere, including inside the pool. But the school gave the mom no information. I mean, the mom doesn't even have the autopsy results. Like, her daughter's body just isn't sitting there. Like, she needs to get answers before she can bury or cremate her daughter, and no one seems to have any urgency. And you know what's crazy? Everybody and their mom is being racist towards Latinos right now. Like, we're literally being ran through the mud. And we ourselves are being racist, anti-black specifically. From that guy getting 17,000 likes for saying that really racist word, to Mexicans being racist against Miss Cote d'Ivoire, to this.
Hi lovelies and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome to Building the Verse. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
I'm making this video because you guys keep asking for proof or keep accusing me of propaganda, so I'm going to translate the original video for y'all.
Mamá le dijo, ¿y por qué, mi hija, tú quieres cambiarte el color de piel? Dijo, mami, porque en el colegio me dicen maldita prieta.
Sephora Joseph asked her mom if she could change the color of her skin because they were bullying her at school.
Tres varoncitos.
3 little boys.
La niña salía y ellos la sumergían. La niña salía y ellos la hundían. La hundieron y la hundieron hasta que la niña...
She was trying to swim to the top of the pool to get out, and the boys kept sinking her back down until she finally drowned. Also, the reporter is Dominican. And also, it's weird that you guys couldn't find it. At this point, I'm convinced that you didn't want to find it.
This 11-year-old girl right here drowned in a school pool. And don't mind y'all, there is cameras at the school, but they're not providing any information as to how this occurred. A lot of us are thinking that she was murdered, but they're not giving us any information as to what happened. Because this happened in the Dominican Republic, and this also happened to a Haitian person. We all know that Dominican Republic is very anti-black, but when it comes to Haitian people, it's a whole nother level of hatred. There's literally parts of Dominican Republic where they're beheading Haitians. They have them lined up and they behead them one by one. Really have Haitian women going to jail, pregnant Haitian women going to jail. They have kids in a jail cell with them. There's Haitian people disappearing in Dominican Republic all the time. I just need Haitian people as a whole to stop going to Dominican Republic. I understand you guys want a better life, but it's not safe over there.
Essa femme bajim ge foli al fe business en domaine. Bajim ge foli al fe Airbnb, bajim ge foli al party, bajim ge foli al coin cocoa yo ki se domaine nan. You know, I never cared, because if they can kill a little girl like that, what makes you think that you are safe? You feel me? What makes you think that you are safe? But anyway, man, I think we should open a GoFundMe so we can send money to the mother so she can do a great autopsy to make sure that what happened, to make sure that she knows what happened to her kid. If it's a natural death, okay, but I doubt it. I doubt it. So this video is to the ones that always, you know, thinking that DR is nice. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna have some fun, I'm gonna party. Good luck. I hope you come back though, you know, good luck. But as for me, what the fuck I look like, nigga? I'm already in the best country in the world. So what makes you think that I have to go to a country that's less? What the fuck I look like? But anyway, it is what it is. Go party, go have fun. And baby girl, rest in peace. And I hope that whoever did that to you, that, oh my, I don't even want to say it. But may your soul rest in peace.
There are a few countries in the world that I will never step foot into, and I'll try my best never to support with my money or my presence. And one of these countries is the Dominican Republic. But given my country's circumstances, if you ever catch me in the DR, I'm just trying to make a stop to try to go back home. I'm just using the resources available to me to go back home, because I can't see myself rejoicing in a country that hates blackness so much, that hates itself so much, and most importantly, that hates Haitians so much. The way Haitian lives and Haitian bodies are bypassed in the country's babies, pregnant mothers, regular people, and now 11-year-old girls. This country has failed to look at its black civilians as people, and I have to say black civilians because dark-skinned Dominicans get treated like Haitians because they're dark-skinned. A country so violent, in fact, of their hatred of black people that America had to stand by and team up because they've never seen somebody just like them. An 11-year-old black Haitian girl is dead, and you gave it to her mother like a raccoon carcass. No investigation, no remorse, no sensitivity, no care, no nothing. Here's your dead child, you lady. That's basically what was shown. And while I'm grateful for all the Dominicans who have stood up and spoke up about this, I genuinely understand that your government is not going to do jack shit about it. And so I'm excited for you to let America back in your country so they could use every last ounce of resources you have from the sellouts that you guys are. I pray that these American soldiers treat you all like you treat us. And I pray for all of you who hates Haitians, who hates black skin, who hates your African ancestry, that these white people remind you exactly what you are to them. Just like you constantly remind us that in your country, we're worth jack shit. Don't fucking piss me off, because you know damn well your country is xenophobic, racist, and colorist against its own citizens, let alone Haitians. We don't live in a kumbaya world where race, color, ethnicity doesn't matter. We live in one that consistently dehumanizes dark-skinned people, in your country specifically Haitian people. And one of the biggest reasons Sephora is not getting the justice that she deserves is because she's a dark-skinned Haitian girl. The government corruption that's happening in your country affects every single person in your country. That's a given. But what it does to Haitians is something completely different. Just like police brutality affects every single person in America, it specifically targets black and brown people. Everyone has to face the consequences of having a system with police brutality, but they don't face it like black people do in America. So while every single citizen in DR has to deal with the government corruption and how you guys are treated as civilians of your own country, you guys do not get the treatment that Haitians get. And the argument of saying she deserves justice because she was a human being matters, but not in a country that views her and her people less than animals. So don't be dense. Your country's racist towards its own citizen, its colorist towards its own citizens, and it's xenophobic towards my people, to the point that some of your own people face the xenophobia and they're not even Haitian.
President Abinader, with all respect for you, I'm speaking to you. You can ignore Sephora. You can pretend this young Asian woman killed on your soul because of racism by minors protected by their parents never exist. You can ignore that, but we, Asian, we will never forget her. We will never forget her. Let this be clear. Sephora didn't die only for us. She died also for all Asians. She also died for all black people over the world. We demand justice. We demand nothing justice for her, nothing less. Your authorities cannot hide the truth from her mother. They cannot stay silent long time. They cannot stay silent in front of an entire community watching. You're Asian. This fight isn't stopping. Not today and not tomorrow. If it takes years, we will go all the way for her. Because Sephora not be erased. Never. So we demand justice for her. She died for all Asian people. She died for all black people. So please, we demand justice for her.
This is a picture of Sephora and Marcia Joseph, an 11-year-old child who lived in Haiti with her parents. They escaped the gang violence in Haiti to relocate to DR for a better life. Sephora was placed in a private school to receive a better education. One day, mom dropped Sephora at school only to receive a call to come pick her up because her child is sick. When she arrived to the school to pick up Sephora, she was not allowed access to her daughter because her daughter at the time was supposedly receiving medical attention. 4 hours later, mom witnessed her daughter being transferred from the school on a stretcher covered in white sheets, being placed behind an ambulance. Finally, someone told her that her daughter drowned during a school trip for honor rolls. This school trip was at a private villa with a swimming pool. Private villa, swimming pool, no cameras. Wow. The next day, mom was allowed to pick up her daughter's body to do a proper burial. What do you guys think? So on November 14, Sephora reportedly drowned in the pool during the excursion. Many are calling the circumstance suspicious. There are allegations of negligence, racial motivations, and lack of proper supervision or safety measures during the trip. The issue is no one is telling mommy what happened. There's no reports, nothing is happening. But so because of the social media uproar and all the noise we're making on social media, the Dominican Republic prosecutor's office has now ordered a full investigation. They are investigating to find out what exactly happened to Sephora Joseph.
I've been having a hard time with my Dominican identity, and it's for a few reasons. One, the death of Sephora Jackson, who was a Haitian child, straight A student, who was literally drowned by 3 of her Dominican classmates while on a class trip. This class trip was for top performing students. Between that and my cousin being stabbed to death by her ex-Dominican boyfriend, between the MAGA Trujillistas, there's now like an emergence of people who are pro Trujillo, a self-hating half-Asian Dominican man who literally his whole goal was to make the island white. He would like powder his face to seem white. Between all of that, between just siding with nationalism, it's been really tough because I just feel embarrassed. I feel sad. I feel very disappointed. And people will see this and call me anti-Dominican. They'll call me a vende patria, which is basically someone who sells their nation, because we can't fathom, we're so blinded by our nationalism that we can't fathom critiquing like injustices, like racial things, colorist things, classist things, because then that makes us look a type of way. We don't want to confront the harsh reality because we'd rather keep drinking the sweet lies. I'm all over the place because I just feel so upset. Like, it's okay to critique our favorite baseball teams. You can critique Liceis. You can critique Aguilas. You can critique the people on Alofoque for doing something dumb. But that's it. Drink your presidente and shut the fuck up. If not, you are a traitor. But why? Why can't we be honest about these things? And they'll call me not just like an anti-Dominican, they'll call me an Afrocentrist. There's a lot of slurs. An Afrocentrist, FBA. They'll say that, oh, this is your American education. Nah, this is me actually getting to know people from different cultures and not just pigeonholing myself to just Dominican people. And it's me getting to know someone who's Haitian, me getting to know someone who's from Ghana, me getting to know someone who's from Saudi Arabia, someone who's from Bangladesh, because now they're also being Islamophobic. It's just deeply embarrassing. We got to do better. We got to do better. And that's that.
Dominican Republic authorities are refusing to give any information surrounding the death of an 11-year-old Haitian girl, Sephora Joseph. And when I say that the Dominican Republic authorities are going out of their way to not give any information on what happened to this little girl, I mean no autopsy, no preliminary recordings or reportings, no surveillance tapes, despite the family demanding for it. What was supposed to be a celebratory rewards night for the straight A students, yes, she was a straight A student, ended in tragedy when the 11-year-old Haitian students Sephora and Marcie Joseph drowned in an unsupervised hotel pool during a school excursion on November 14th. A trip that was organized for the top performing students at a private school in Santiago, which is why Sephora Joseph was permitted while she was there. However, the problem is nationwide in the Dominican Republic, there is a 15-year ban on aquatic school trips issued by the Dominican Ministry of Education in 2009. This was a trip that was organized by a school to a private villa in Guarabo, I hope I'm saying it correctly. Either way, it should have never happened. It should have never happened. And now that it's cost somebody their lives, Dominican authorities are not giving any answers. And it just so happens, coincidentally enough, that the life that was claimed was a Haitian one. This school brought a whole bunch of children to a villa with a pool, with no lifeguards, no medical staff, no proper supervision, with basically no type of basic safety precautions in place. And they're not answering. They're not giving us any answers. And even though the Dominican authorities are choosing to exercise their right to silence, thank God for Dominican investigative journalists such as Esteban Rosario and Delvin Doran, who actually got us some answers. Their reportings actually alleges that Sephora didn't just simply drown like Dominican authorities want to make it seem. Apparently, they said that 3 Dominican classmates, boys, aged from 12 to 13, they entered the pool with her and repeatedly forced her head underwater. They repeatedly forced her underwater. She fought her way up twice, but on the 3rd time, she did not resurface. This was not an accident. This was not an accident at all. This was not an accident. This was racially targeted violence, the same kind of racially targeted violence that literally runs rampant in the Dominican Republic, especially towards Haitian people and Black people. Before this tragic event that claims Sephora's life for months prior to, she would come home crying to her mother, asking to change her skin because of the bullying that she received at school at the hands of Dominican students. Crying, saying that she wants to change her skin color. And when her mother asked why, my love, she said, because they're calling me a dirty black in school. That's how Dominican kids are raised to treat Haitians. That's how Dominican kids are raised, ignorantly raised to treat Haitians. And now she is no longer with us. For months, she's been crying out due to the racism that she was facing living in the Dominican Republic, just being a Haitian girl. She went to school. She got straight A's. She did what she had to do. And still, she had to deal with the harassment of the ignorant Dominican people who are raising an ignorant Dominican future, because it's the children that they're planting that racism in. You understand? Now she's not here. She's not here, and the Dominican authorities are refusing to show us surveillance footage as to what happened, because I'm pretty sure we would see 3 Dominican boys dunking one girl by herself under the water repeatedly, and her fighting to get her way back up to get some air. That's probably what we would see. And they don't want us to see that. They don't want us to see how disgusting the Dominican Republic government truly is. They don't want you to see it, but I'm going to talk about it. I got the platform, so I'm going to speak on it.
What happened to Sephora Joseph is not just a tragedy, it's a mirror being held up to a society that has spent decades, even centuries, running from its own reflection. An 11-year-old girl is dead, a child, a Haitian child, a black child, dead in a pool at a wealthy Dominican school, in a school full of cameras, in a school that suddenly cannot provide camera footage, suddenly cannot explain what happened, suddenly cannot give a mother her daughter's autopsy. A mother left with a body but no answer, a body but no explanation, a body but no humanity. This isn't just negligence, this isn't just bureaucracy, this is what anti-blackness looks like when it grows legs, gains power and becomes an institution. Cold, dismissive, unbothered. A dead black Haitian girl in a pool, and somehow no one has urgency, no one has transparency, no one has accountability, and people are supposed to accept that. There are stories that break you, then there are stories like Sephora's that exposes the brokenness of entire nations. According to ex-Dora of Nula TV, Sephora had been bullied for years because she was Haitian, because she was black, because she didn't fit into a society obsessed with pretending it isn't black while simultaneously abusing everyone who is. Witnesses are implying she was held under the water, 3 boys allegedly forcing her underwater until she could no longer fight to breathe. In a school that has cameras inside the pool area, where everything is recorded, everything is watched, everything is monitored, except apparently the death of a Haitian child. And the question becomes, why isn't the footage being shown? Why isn't the autopsy being released? Why is her mother being treated like a nuisance instead of a grieving parent? Because to the institutions in that country, Sephora Joseph was not a child. She was a Haitian body, and Haitian bodies have been treated as disposable for generations in the Dominican Republic. Let's talk about that honesty. The Dominican Republic has a documented history of an anti-Haitian violence that stretches from the era of colonization all the way to now. Yes, now in 2025, this is a country where being dark-skinned automatically makes you suspicious, where being Haitian automatically makes you a target, where the government has gone out of its way to strip Haitian-descended Dominicans of citizenship, where deportations happened without due process, where pregnant Haitian women are thrown into detention centers and give birth in captivity, where their children sit on jail cell floors, where people vanish without answers. This is not a rumor, this is not a misunderstanding, this is systemic. People talk about beheadings during the Trujillo era as if they are ancient history, as if that mindset magically disappeared, as if the deep-rooted hatred evaporated with time. But ask the Haitian migrants, ask the dark-skinned Dominicans who get mistaken for Haitian and harassed, ask the families who have lost loved ones, ask the journalists who have been reporting the same patterns year after year. This hatred is not just old, it is active, and Sephora became another name on a list so long that the world barely reacts anymore. Except this time, people are reacting and they are furious. Black Americans are reacting because they recognize this pattern. They recognize what it looks like when a system refuses to see a black child as a human being. They know the feeling of being handed a loved one's body and told nothing. They understand the silence, the bureaucracy, the empty shrug of institutions that simply do not care. They have seen this story too many times at home. Tamarice, Ayanna Stanley Jones, Eminette T, and countless others, black Americans recognize the sense of an anti-black violence even across an ocean. And yes, many Dominicans are speaking out. Many Dominican activists, journalists, and citizens are demanding justice, demanding footage, demanding honesty, but they are up against a government that has made its position very clear when it comes to Haitian lives. Let's talk about the hypocrisy. Because while the world is dragging Latinos right now for racism, some of it fair, some of it exaggerated, the Dominican Republic is facing its own reckoning. Anti-blackness is not just in the white world, it's not just in America, it is in Latino communities, it is in Caribbean communities, it is in black communities, it is in places built on the denial of African ancestry. It's in nations that embrace black culture while rejecting black people. Dominicans being racist to Haitian is not new, but what is new is the global attention. The internet is watching, Black America is watching, Haitian is watching, Latin America is watching, and people are done making excuses for violence. There is a conversation happening, one that is uncomfortable for many Dominicans, but it needs to happen. How can a country with so much black African blood pretend so violently to be anything else? How can a nation so culturally black be so aggressively anti-black? How can a population so genetically intertwined with Haitian treat Haitians as Haiti treats Haitians as subhuman? This is what happens when colonial trauma gets repackaged as national identity. This is what happens when proximity to whiteness becomes a currency. This is what happens when people are taught to disperse the mirror. Sephora Joseph, at 11 years old, walked into a school that should have protected her, a wealthy school, a supervised school, a school with cameras, a school with lifeguards, a school with adults, and yet somehow she drowned. Somehow no one intervened. Somehow no one knows what happened. Somehow no evidence can be provided. Somehow no one can answer a grieving mother. Somehow a child just disappeared beneath the water and resurfaces as a body. The Dominican government doesn't get to shrug its shoulder on this one. Not this time. Not after decades of patterns. Not after the countless cases that never made headlines. Not after the detentions, the deportations, the disappearances, not after the videos of Haitian women giving birth in jail cells, not after the reports from human rights organizations documenting abuse after abuse. People are tired, and Haitians, who have been some of the most resilient, resourceful, and hopeful people despite global mistreatment, are done being quiet. And let's talk about the mother, because too often the mothers of black children are erased in the conversation. This woman has not been even given autopsy results, not even giving clarity on whether she can bury her child, not giving updates, not giving respect, as if her child's life and her own grief are administrative inconveniency. Imagine that. Imagine being told your daughter drowned, but the footage is unavailable. The reports are unavailable. The answers are unavailable, but the body is available. The trauma is available. The silence is available. The disrespect is available. People are saying they believe Sephora was murdered, and when institutions refuse to transparency, people will believe what the institution teach them to believe, that something is being hidden. Black Americans are reacting because they have seen this script too many times. Parents being gaslit, communities being silenced, evidence going missing, institutions closing ranks, a child gone, and the world moving on like nothing happened. But this time, people are not moving on. Dominicans who care about justice are pushing back. Haitians everywhere are demanding answer, and what is even more intense is the internal Latino conversation happening right now. Mexicans being called out for anti-blackness community, Puerto Ricans being called out, Colombians, Venezuelans, anti-blackness being dragged into the light. People keep saying Latinos hasn't a race, but they forget that within Latino communities, people are ranked quietly or loudly based on how close they are to whiteness. The Dominican Republic is one of the clearest examples of that. A nation that wants the music, wants the culture, wants the reading, wants the aesthetics, but does not want to embrace the people who represent that ancestry openly. That contradiction is killing people. Sephora is not the first, and that is exactly the problem. This entire strategy reminds the world that anti-blackness is global. It doesn't matter if it's European, the Middle East, Latin America, the Caribbean, or the United States. It always finds a way to show itself through policy, through violence, through silence, and now people are asking, what happens next? Will the Dominican government investigate, or will it bury this story like it has buried so many others? Will there be accountability, or will this mother be given a body and told to go home? Will the footage magically appear, or will it mysteriously malfunction? People are saying America might step in. People are saying international pressure may force action. And the irony is that many Dominicans who proudly endorse the government anti-Haitian stance would be the first to oppose US involvement, yet they are also the ones perpetuating the conditions that create it. The world is watching the Dominican Republic right now and watching how they treat Haitians, watching how they respond to this death, watching whether they value what justice or conveniency. If there is nothing to hide, show the footage. If there is nothing to hide, release the autopsy. If there is nothing to hide, investigate, because right now the silence is an answer and it is wrong one. Sephora Joseph should be alive. She should be in school. She should be laughing with friends. She should be learning to swim safely. She should be 11 years old, not a headline, not a political flashpoint, not another name in a long list of racialized strategy. A society that cannot protect an 11-year-old girl is a society in collapse. A society that refuses to explain her death is a society in denial. A society that treats her mother with contempt is a society that has lost its moral compass entirely. People say Haitians should stop going to the Dominican Republic, that is not safe, and they say it out of love, out of fear, out of exhaustion. Because how many more stories like this do Haitians have to endure? But the truth is this: Haitians go because they are looking for opportunity, for safety, for work, for hope. They go because their own country has been destabilized by foreign intervention, political corruption, and centuries of exploitation. They go because they have been left with few options, and instead of compassion, they get hostility. The Dominican Republic has a choice right now. It can pretend this is just another strategic death, or it can admit that this is a symptom of a deeper sickness, one that needs to be confronted, dismantled, healed. Justice for Sephora is not just justice for one girl. It is justice for every Haitian who has been mistreated, every black person who has been humiliated, every mother who has been ignored, every community that has been devalued. Until the Dominican Republic faces its anti-blackness honesty, stories like this will keep happening. And every time they happen, the world will get louder. Sephora deserve better. Haitian children deserve better. Black children deserve better. And the world is not just going to shut up about it.
And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovely. See you when I upload the next video.